What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing OD. Finally back out on the water. It is springtime and we got the ass tracker in the water. I know you guys haven't heard from me in a little while. That's because I've been super busy. I am working on a huge project for the YouTube channel. It's over a year in the making now, and granted, it does not take that long to do, but when life gets involved, when you gotta work, when you gotta do other things, it does take time, and I'm really excited to show you guys this project when it's ready. But I couldn't pass up the opportunity to get out on the water for the first time of the 2024 season. So we're out here today on the St. Lawrence River, and we're gonna be putting the boat through its paces, getting it all warmed up for the 2024 season. And if we're lucky, we're gonna be trying to get on some giant smallmouth today. I'm gonna be trying out a whole bunch of rigs today. I got a blade bait set up, I got a lipless crankbait set up, I got a Jackal Deracoup set up, I got a finesse jig, I got, what else do I got? Crankbait, jerkbait, underspin. Gonna be trying a bunch of things today. Hopefully we could get on him. According to my fishing log, this time last year in these water temps, I got on him pretty good. So we're gonna be trying our first spot of the day, and we're gonna try to see if we could get on some fish. If I don't find them at the first spot, I got a bunch of spots that I'm gonna be checking out. And if I can't find them there, well, I might run around the lake a little bit, try to find some fish. And if I don't catch anything today, well, then it just wasn't meant to be. So it should be a pretty exciting video, guys. Stay tuned and let's go catch them. I've got to admit, this isn't my ideal wind direction for this body of water. We're gonna see if we can make something happen. Water is 42.97 off of this spot right here. And I'm just using live scope to check if I see any life. They stay pretty close to bottom here. So seeing them on live scope isn't always the easiest thing in the world. Hopefully you guys are exposed properly back there. This is a new camera, so I'm still figuring things out. This looks like fish down here to me. I'm gonna try parking myself right here. See what happens. Yeah, let's take a knee there. I'm gonna start by dragging a football jig. That was a really good producer for me last year. So we're gonna see if we could start off strong. Drag a jig, see if I could get bit here pretty quickly. Make sure we're on bottom. Give that another shot. Oh man, it feels good to be out here. Feels very good. I feel even better with a big smallmouth on the end of the line. Might switch it up to a blade bait, we'll see. There's one. Oh yeah. It did not take very long. Good fish. Good fish. First spot, 5 minutes in. Already got one to bite. There we go. Oh, let me see here. Not a bad fish at all. I forgot I'm not supposed to be turning them to the camera. On the finesse jig. Let's pop that out and let's get it back right away. Gone. That didn't take very long at all. That was maybe 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. I think that was 3 casts. I'll put it on the screen how many casts that was. Sweet. Let's try that again. So we're at 1. We got to keep count. There's one. Second cast. I mean, first cast back in. This feels like a better fish. It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good fish. Sweet. They're here and they're munching. Okay, that's maybe 3-pounder. He ate that jig so good. There we go. Good fish. That jig does not want to come out. There we go. Right back. And that's number 2. Let's see, can we do a 3rd cast and get another one here right away? Let's see. That was a bit of a terrible cast, but should be good enough to get a fish. Had a feeling they were still here. Saw some what looked like fish on the sonar, so. And I'm just dragging this finesse jig super slowly. There's one. 3 fish in 3 casts. That's what spring fishing is all about. Another good one. Man. It's too big to boat flip. That's a very solid fish. Oh, the hook popped right out. So let's get it back. 3 fish in 3 casts, guys. This is what fishing's all about. That's so fun. What? Catfish on cat cast, man. Insane. Ah, c'est un petit celle-là. Okay. Little guy. That's it. Right back. All right. Let's get back in there. Let's see if we can smoke a big one. If they're eating the finesse jig this good, it's kind of hard to want to switch to anything else. We might throw some other techniques just for funsies, because it can get pretty boring fishing the same technique over and over again, but low and slow. I think that's the first cast in like 5 casts that I don't hook up. Make sure we're on bottom, and then I'm just pulling it along bottom, nice and slow. There's one. Man, oh, it came off. They eat it so good. 42-degree water temps. Might throw in the Deracoup, see if they want to munch that. Man, this is fun. Oh, just got hit again. There's one. Ooh, that one's dark. He's not very healthy. He's got cataracts too. This fish has cataracts. Right back. Yeah, I connected you to my AirPod. I just dropped one. Give me a sec. It's insane. They're munching hard right now. I'm just bouncing it slowly. Dude, it's been insane so far. And I'm not even on my best spot yet. The spot's good, but it's not like my best one. There's one. Oh, he's not huge. Bigger than your PB, probably. Check it out. Good fish. Smoked him. I don't even know which number that is. I'm already losing count. There it is. Yeah. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh, that's a big one. I don't know if I'm recording. Oh, that's a good one. That might be like a 4-pounder. Get in here. There's a fish. There's one. Dude, that's a good fish. Oh no, he's not that big. Smoked the blade. Everybody, I'm on the phone with Darian Savage right now. You guys know Darian from my previous videos. Smoked one on the blade bait. Decided to switch it up because I broke off finesse football jig. This is now my 3rd bite on the blade bait, but can't seem to keep him pinned nearly as well. All right, Darian, here's your proof. It's a fish. Right back, guys. That guy was caught on the Jackal Keyburn blade bait. This is what the Keyburn looks like, everybody. That's what Darian looks like on the ground there. And let's get right back in the swing of things here. You are beautiful, Darian. There's one. Oh, he popped off. Man, hookup ratio on this is not great. Let me try, let me give the Deracoup a shot. All right, let's try out the Deracoup. I've never actually caught a smallmouth or any type of bass on this bait. I've smashed walleye on it, but if there's any time of year to be throwing a Deracoup, it's gonna be this time of year. Cold water, fish love to munch on lead. There's one. First cast on the Deracoup. Oh, that's a big fish. That's a big fish. Gotta get this rolling. Okay, this is a big fish. Oh, oh man. That is a pig, guys. That goes 5. I can't weigh it. I can't weigh it, but that goes 5. Holy smokes. Look how he ate that. That's my first ever smallmouth on a Deracoup. He's got it at the back of his throat. Let's get a little one of these for the camera. Let's get it back. Swim off. That was a giant. That was probably the first 5-pounder of the year, guys. Unfortunately, with the Zone 20 Ontario rules, even holding it up to the camera, I believe is not allowed. But I'm trying to at least show you guys while I'm unhooking the fish, because I still have to handle it to unhook it. But that was my first ever fish on the Jackal Deracoup. Sweet. That fish for sure went 5. That was for sure a 5-pounder. Deracoup works for springtime smallies. That was my first cast too with the Deracoup. Oh, let's get a giant today. Man, a 5-pounder first cast on the Deracoup is pretty nuts. He had it tongue hooked. That's why he was bleeding in the video, guys. I apologize for that. That wasn't really within my control to... Oh, I just dropped one right under the boat. The Deracoup is a small bait. I believe this is a 3/4 ounce. No, this is a 1/2 ounce Deracoup. They make it in a 1/4, 1/2 ounce, and 3/4. I don't know if they have a 3/8. Those are the sizes that I know for sure, but this year they released a 1/4 ounce version. And it's such a sweet bait, such a good cold water bait. It sinks like a rock. All right, enough messing around. Let's go back to the jig. Take a break, have a snack, have something to drink, and we'll get back to our regularly scheduled programming. All right, first cast back in there with the finesse football jig. Where are the bass? Holy smokes, it's cold. I should have dressed way warmer than I did. There's one. Feels small, but he hasn't come up yet. Yeah, it's not a bad fish. That is not a bad fish. Okay, get in here. Oh yeah, that probably goes 4. They're not fat yet. I don't know. These aren't fat fish. Oh, he's skin hooked. There we go, fish. Get it back. I haven't seen a blimp yet. I haven't caught a blimp. There's one. Little guy. Man, I need to work on my flipping skills. Okay. I don't know what number that is, but we're definitely nearing the 20s, everybody. Let's go back to the blade for a sec here. I'm thinking right off this little corner that the blade bait is gonna do the trick. All right, we're gonna go check out the next spot. East wind today means that we're protected over here. No wind, full sun. This is gorgeous. Now we just gotta check in on these fish, see if they're even here. Oh my. First cast. Can we make it happen on the first cast here? I'm pretty positive other people hit this today too. Water temps have been consistently below 43. 42 and a half to almost 43, but I haven't actually seen 43. That might have been a bite. Just wasn't holding my rod properly. That too might have been a bite. That is a bite. Not a giant, but not bad. Get in. Man, my boat flipping needs work. My nose is all kinds of leaky today. Finesse jig once again, pops right out. We're just gonna toss it back. Can't be messing with these fish too long, according to the zone 20 rules. I don't understand why we can't even just weigh a fish. Like if I get a 6 pounder, it's gonna be hard for me to not weigh it. What if I got like a 7? I'm just grateful to be out here fishing, but still, the thought of potentially catching my PB and not knowing is definitely a bit of a bummer. There's one. Again, not a big one. Okay, get in here. That one's a bit better than the last one. A little bit fatter. Right back. Oh man. It do be just nice to be out here. And if you guys are still watching, make sure to not click off, because at the end of the video, I'm gonna be taking you guys through the setups that I'm using, the baits and all of that stuff. Everything that essentially led to today's success. So I'll be covering that at the end of the video. I'll have a nice little talk, little chit chat. So you definitely want to stick around for that. But for now, we gotta try to get, holy roller. We gotta try to get a big pig in the boat. Okay, we're gonna bust out the blade. Jackal Keyburn blade, smallies love it. Oh, that's a pig. That's huge. That's a big one. Not in the trolling motor. Oh, he's off. Oh, that was a pig. Oh, that was a pig. I hope you guys saw that on the GoPro. That was a big fish. Woo! That was over 5. I won't say 6 because I didn't get him in, but that was a big, big fish. Back to the jig. Now I get the pip squeak. I say that, but it's still a big fish. But compared to the last one, this one's tiny. The jig never fails. As much as I like playing around with other baits, that's probably like a 4 pounder. Not gonna lie to you guys. It's a great fish. Let's get this guy back gently. Get out of here. I'm honestly losing count. I'll keep track for you guys. I'll probably put it on the screen, but for me, being out here right now, cannot keep track. There's another one. Little guy. Oh, get in here. Finesse jig once again. There's one. The old phone trick. That feels big. Doesn't feel huge, but he's smallmouth size. Not big. The old phone-a-roo trick. Go on your phone, let the jig do all the work. Hey, my GoPro's dead. Sorry about that, guys. My GoPro died without me even knowing. Water finally broke 43, everybody. Let's give the Deracoup another chance. There's one. Deracoup, baby. Oh, he's off. That might be a good fish. Deracoup, gotta be light on him. That's what I'm realizing with these small hooks. He's not huge, but it's a Deracoup fish. There we go. Went from never getting a smallie on the Deracoup to getting another one right there. I'm gonna switch back to the jig just to make sure I'm not missing any fish, which I very likely am, because I'm surprised there's not more fish coming off of this spot, and the jig will reveal exactly how many fish there are here. It's based on history and based on live scope. There should be quite a lot more fish here than what I've been catching. Yeah, point proven. Why switch to something else when the finesse jig is working so well? That's a pretty good fish too, actually. Oh, that's a freaking, oh, that is a slob. That is a freaking slob of a smallmouth. Holy shit. I gotta move my Red Bull out of the way. That might go 5. Okay. All right, here we go. Just a quick sideways turn, and we're gonna tuck this fatty right back. He is so fat. Get out of here. That's a 5-pounder all day. That might be a wrap for now. I'll take another break, might go hit the first spot that we hit today, and then I'm donezo. I'm more than satisfied with how today went. All right, guys, we're off the water now. What a fantastic day that was. Despite the really shitty east wind and it being really cold, we still managed to get on a couple really nice smallmouth. Got a bunch of numbers. I don't know exactly how many fish I caught today. I'm gonna leave that number down below, but we still managed to get some good fish in the boat, all thanks to 3 key setups that I was using today. The first setup that we're gonna be taking a look at is this one right here. This bait right here is what caught me the most fish today. It's what caught me potentially my biggest fish of the day. And this bait right here is the Nishine Finesse football jig. I just have that with a little swim bait trailer. You can put anything behind that. You can put a craw, you can put whatever, but I personally prefer a fat swim bait. I believe this is a 2.5-inch swim bait. And the reason I prefer a fat swim bait is because these smallmouth here are feeding on gobies primarily. And this creates such a nice goby imitation in the water. This is the 1/2-ounce version right here. And when I'm fishing 12 to 22 feet, this is the jig that I'm throwing. And now let's work our way up. I got 14-pound Shimano Mastiff fluorocarbon as my leader. Leader length doesn't matter too much. I prefer to have something with a little bit of stretch. So I got, like, I would say 5. You could even go to 6 feet here. I just don't like my knot going through my reel. I got 30-pound Power Pro Super Slick paired up with a 150 size Corrado MGL, and by far my favorite rod to be throwing this bait on, the Shimano X Pride 7'2" medium light power rod. I've been using this rod now for I think 2 seasons. I believe this is my 2nd season with it. I could be wrong, but this rod is absolutely insane for everything that is finesse football jigs. I'm sure this rod works really well for other applications, but as far as the type of fishing that I do, I always have a finesse jig on here. I don't think I've ever used anything else on this rod, and it's for good reason. It catches fish, it performs super well with the finesse football jig, and I'm honestly debating getting myself a 2nd one just to have 2 different versions of this bait tied on at all times when I'm smallmouth fishing. So there you have it. That's setup number 1. This is what caught me the most fish today. And now we're gonna move on to setup number 2, that being my blade bait setup. So the rod that I throw my blade bait on is the 7'4" medium light Shimano Intenza. This is new to last year, and I absolutely adore this rod for so many techniques. I decided to try it out for the blade bait today, and let me tell you, it is absolutely perfect. The soft tip handles the blade bait very well, and it still has enough power to keep fish pinned. Although I lost quite a few fish today, it still performed beautifully. It is super light, and pairing that up with the 2500 size Vanford, it makes for a super light, sensitive, perfect setup for blade baits. As far as mainline goes, I got 10-pound Power Pro Super Slick V2, and I believe I have a 10, maybe 12-pound fluoro leader here, Shimano Mastiff, of course, and that all leads to a Jackal Keyburn This is the half-ounce version. This is a great choice if you're looking to get into blade bait fishing or if you're already experienced with blade baits. It's got gorgeous patterns. The hooks are pretty good on it. I did bend them out a little bit. I hooked into a couple fish today. I don't know exactly how many I landed with it, but I hooked into 3, 4, maybe 5 fish with this bait today. And it was one of the keys. I got a pretty good fish on it. I dropped what was probably my biggest fish of the day on this bait, but the other 2 baits that I'm showing you made up for it, and I boated a couple good sized smallmouth with the other baits. All right, last but not least, the third bait of the day that caught me some fish and put what might have been my biggest fish of the day. I still think my biggest fish of the day came on that finesse jig, but a close second as far as biggest of the day came thanks to the Jackal Deracoup. This is a half-ounce version right here. This is the gold color with the gold blade, and I am throwing that on the Curado 7'2" medium heavy. Because this is a very dense, very heavy bait, I found the 7'2" medium heavy works perfectly for it. I could give it good pops, and I could keep fish pinned pretty well on it. And for a medium heavy, it does have pretty good flex still. It's not too stiff. It's got a pretty soft tip with a really nice backbone. And to balance out this heavier setup, I got a Shimano Stratic. This is the most recent model. This is last year's model, the FM. I got that in a 2500 size reel. And of course, my line is 10-pound Power Pro Super Slick V2, going to a 12-pound Shimano Mastiff fluorocarbon leader. And there you have it, guys. Oh, I have a caddis on my hook. And there you have it, guys. Those are my 3 baits / 3 setups that led to my success today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am so happy to be back on the water, filming content for you guys. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I have a lot of work to do still on a big project that I plan to release on the channel as soon as possible. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and if I spend my days out here fishing, I'm never gonna get it done. So once I get this video uploaded, I'm gonna try my best to really grind that project to get it out to you guys as soon as possible. And even though it's been quite a while since I've seen you, I thank you all who watched this video, and I thank you guys for supporting me. And on the topic of supporting me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. It really helps out the channel. Feel free to like and comment. All of these things help the channel out. And if you guys are looking for further ways to support me, head on over to www.fishingod.com where you can pick up some merch. I got hoodies, I got toques. I'm not wearing my toque right now, but I do have Fishing OD toques in stock. And if you're looking to take your fishing photography game to the next level, or if you just want to make your Instagram grid look super sexy, on my website, I have my custom Lightroom preset packs that I specifically designed for fishermen and outdoorsmen in mind. My presets look great across anything outdoors, whether it be fishing, hunting, landscape, anything. They're super easy to use, fully customizable presets that'll really up your photography, whether it be with your phone or with the camera. So if you want to support the channel and you want to make your Instagram grid look super sexy, go ahead and pick those up. And on that note, thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to see you guys again. I can't wait to get back out here and keep fishing and keep filming for you guys. So thank you for everything. I'm gonna enjoy this Red Bull and have a nice drive home, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you.